All right. So I've messed up. I've taken myself and my emotions have gotten the best of me on probably about 4 or 5 separate occasions. I've said things that I didn't fully mean out of emotion. I didn't have a strength of character. And I just didn't, it wasn't a really great representation of myself. And my intention with sharing this with you is that this moment that I'm going through right now is a beautiful moment. If you notice in every movie, the hero goes through challenges. And if you notice, if you haven't heard or watched it, look at Joseph Campbell's Hero's Journey. Every movie, the main character encounters challenges. And those challenges shape the character. And this hero goes through this entire journey. Now, in these transitions, when I got Corona, I didn't really document, or I kind of did, but I didn't show you. I didn't show you who I am, what I'm experiencing. Often on social media, what we tend to do is show ourselves at the best moments, and we don't really feel compelled to share ourselves at our low. But these low moments are where the gold is. These moments are the moments that shape us. And so I said, you know what? This time I'm not doing that. I'm gonna open myself up. I'm gonna be as raw and real as possible and take it or leave it. But looking back at this moment is shaping me right now. And what a beautiful moment to share with you. So it's been a track record. My superpower is to be able to feel. Like, I can feel at such a depth. You know that I have the ability to feel deeper than a lot of women? That's pretty intense. But it's also a superpower. That's why I'm able to connect to so many different types of people. That's why I'm able to build rapport with people instantly. I trained myself to be able to do this. But with that is also casts a big shadow. Because I feel so deeply. Now, I'm also a seeker of truth. So what I've done when my emotions get too intense or I feel too deeply, typically speaking, I use words as a knife. Words can be used as a superpower. It can be used to bring people up, or you can use words to chop people down. And that's what I've done with this one relationship. I've never brought that side of myself out in someone in a really long time. I'm super ashamed of it, but one thing I do is I take full responsibility. I am willing to admit my wrong. I'm willing to look at my wrong, and I'm willing to face myself in the mirror. And this is kind of what I'm doing here right now, is facing myself in the mirror and kind of doing a little bit of therapy. Take it or leave it. Here I am. If you like it, great. If you don't, well, this is me at one of my low points. And so I'm facing myself right now. I know that I gotta work on this. This is why I made the last video and why I'm not talking to people, because it's like it's something that I'm willing to work on. I don't feel good about what I did. I don't feel good. It pains me to take my system. You know, in the last 3 weeks, I've had a burnout, basically a burnout in my nervous system, because my emotions, in order to, with my current understanding, in order for myself to express and get my understandings across, my emotions have gone so high up. I'm in a challenging communication right now. And look, I'm a seeker of truth. I seek truth. I seek truth in myself. That's why I'm sitting here. In the past, I didn't bring you along these moments because I just didn't feel like sharing. You know, a lot of us probably go through that, where we're in a low moment, we don't feel like sharing. But when we're at like a nice place on the beach, I mean, you're gonna see, I'll show you my 5-star resort, right? Like the most expensive steak on the island. And we want to share. I'm like, I'm wanting to share this moment, but then I'm like, you know what? In the last 3 days, like, I mean, look at myself. I'm beaten up. I'm fully beaten up. I'm in a raw moment. And I thought, I didn't bring you through Corona. I didn't bring you through some of these low moments that I've been through. But you know what? Why don't I share it right now? Why don't I show you me at a very low moment? All right, let me give you a little reality of where I'm at right now. I don't know where to make financial, I don't know, look, I can't even express it. I don't have a means of making an income at the moment. The only means of income that was coming in, I walked away from. And you know why? Because money is pointless, in my opinion, if you don't feel good. Man, if you don't feel good, what's the point of doing anything? You know what I mean? Like, at least that's how I see it. I've tested this. I'd rather go live in a hammock and not have to be under fluorescent lights, show up to a place I don't want to show up to, hang out, bless their hearts, hang out with people that I don't want to hang out with, to own a house or a car or like this thingy, to own this thingy, it's pointless. What, to feel bad? Like, no, I don't want to do that. Now, believe me, I don't have an aversion to pain. I'm willing to sit and face my pain. I'm willing to see myself as I am, to see life as it is. But I don't want to do things that make me feel bad. Now, that's my indicators, right? If I'm constantly feeling bad doing something, it's just an indicator that I need to change. Do more actions that make me feel good. Okay, there's moments in your life you got to do things. So what's the difference? You want to try to find the difference between what's growth and what's time to change. I value my state. It's probably one of the biggest things I value, because you know what? If you don't have a good state, it doesn't matter if you're in the best places in the world. If you don't feel good, and I've tested this, I just had Corona, living in a really nice place, living on a tropical island. It didn't mean nothing. It meant nothing if you don't feel good. So if you don't have a good state, all of it, you can have the nicest gizmo, whatever. You can have whatever. It's like the only thing I have around me that I can show for the example. But if you don't have your state, it doesn't mean anything, in my opinion. And that's how I walk in life. That's why at any moment you want to have, and this is something that I've learned, whether you want to agree with it or not, it's just for me. But at any moment, I want the ability to walk from anything. At any moment, if someone's got a gun down my head, take it. You want this shirt? Take it. What else you want? Here, might as well. Here, I'll take you to my house and grab everything. Because you know what? There's a famous philosopher named Janis Joplin, and she said that true freedom is when you have nothing left to lose. You see, a lot of us are identified with our possessions. I am who I am by the shirt I wear, by the Gucci I have, by the gold chains that I have, by the gizmos that I've got. I'm identified with my friend group, with who I surround myself with. I'm identified with my accolades. I'm identified with my social media following. That defines me. You see, I'm that person, the identification. But you're not free then. And believe me, I've been caught in this. I really have been caught in this. But I've also spent a lot of time studying it in my 20s. Realizing, like, just out of curiosity, like, what are we all doing this for? You know, why do we do this all? And so yesterday, there's been, on 5 occasions, a repeat communication, and it goes something like this. I can understand something. I have a systems mind, which is ironically really good for the internet world. I went to engineering school, and calculus was one of my best subjects. So I have ability to see systems and problem solve things at a pretty complex level. I'm saying this humbly, it's just something that I've developed my brain. And then obviously with the clarity and the razor focus when I focus on something, because I've been training my mind to be able to focus on problems and learn how to solve them, which is something I'm doing right now. I have the ability to see truth. in and problem solve. So you can put those two combinations with focus, it creates a lot of like momentum. So I've come in and helped this person out on their business, and I'm trying to be as cordial but say it as it is, with no emotion. And I've come in and together we've done a really good job. We've probably 5x'd, maybe even more, his business. But in order to do that, I've burnt out on 2 different occasions. What do I mean by that? That means 3 weeks ago, I couldn't talk. My voice, I couldn't talk. No words would come out. I was done. I needed to spend a day and a half in the bed. I couldn't talk. The other one, I showed you it in the video. That was the end of it, But on 2 separate occasions, I burnt myself out from going too hard on these machines, really focus. Because when you're after success, you gotta have the mentality to do whatever it takes within morals and ethics. You don't need to steal from someone. You don't need to cheat people. I tried to do that before, and I lied to people, and it just doesn't make your heart feel good. And so I've come in there, but at the cost of 5 different occasions where my emotions, and I take full responsibility for this, I'm being transparent as possible, I have gotten way too emotional. Now this is something that, if you ever get close to me, this is why I generally speaking don't share myself, but now I'm just gonna be transparent. Because I have ability to see truth and see people's blind spots, myself included, because I've trained myself through meditation and floats, if those emotions get too intense, I use them as ammunition. So I see people's blind spots and my emotions get too boiled up. I can't handle it at this moment because I don't have an inner framework. I can't handle it, and then these words just come out, and it's just like slice after slice after slice after slice, and I'm just slicing this guy. But bear in mind, because I'm a systems mind and I'm backed with seeing people's blind spots mixed with I'm running the numbers, so I know facts. I've got facts after facts. I'm running this. This is something that I would recommend if you're doing things in life. Know the facts. Don't go to the opinion. Know the facts. Get to the numbers. This is why I'm starting to learn data. I love data. I love numbers. Because you know why? Numbers are. There's no emotion in them. Now, our interpretation of the numbers can totally change things, but when we see numbers as the truth, then that is incredible. The numbers tell a story. My mentor taught me, there's a whole series on it called Know the Score. You need to know the score. You need to know the score. You need to know the score in business. You need to know the score in your life, whatever you're doing. Whatever you're trying to accomplish, you need to know the score. And it needs to be at your mental fingertips. You need to know it off the top of your mind. The reason that is because when you're constantly thinking about something, you're able to problem solve. This goes beyond the conscious mind. It's up in your subconscious mind. And when you can pull upon these numbers on your mental fingertips, you can make better decisions. So I've learned this from my mentor over the last 2 or 3 years now about the importance of knowing the score. So what did I do when I came in? I really knew the score. So when I'm talking, I have a lot to come off of because I know the score. and so, but with that is come me just absolutely not having a strength of character. I completely lost my character. I just totally messed up. And I was doing this on separate occasions mixed with my ability to see truth, mixed with my state. And here's what I did. I walked away from it. Money, in my opinion, is pointless if you don't feel good. I want to feel good while doing something, and I think there's a lot of people out there. Now, there's times where you're going to do things where you're late at night, where you got to get up early in the morning, where there's parts of the business or tasks you don't really want to do. I understand that. But if your state, in my opinion, is going to that place of itself, nothing is worth it. This is where disease comes from. You see, disease doesn't happen the moment you go to the doctor and he finds out the little thing inside your body. Disease happens 6 years before, where you've been in a high stress state. And you know what's funny? I got this watch, so I'm consistently throughout the day testing my stress levels. Look, it says relaxed right now. But I got this to test my stress levels because it was getting too intense. I'm like, I gotta change something. I gotta test these stress levels. This is too. I mean, this is the manifestation. If I keep this up, I'm going straight to a disease, and that's not what I'm here for. I mean, if I have to learn that lesson, but if I can consciously make choices to have my life in a place where I don't need to put myself in those situations, I'm gonna walk. So now let me give you an example of what I'm living in now. I live, my suitcase is right there. I basically, my girlfriend and I, we live out of a suitcase. We got into this place, we have to move out at the end of the month, and they just told us now. I just walked from the only income I have. And bear in mind, the income that I got wasn't very much. So now I've got no income again. I'm back to square one. But you know what? In every negative situation, there's always a positive. And in every negative situation, you might as well laugh. Because looking back at it, you're gonna laugh anyways, and these were the moments that changed your life. Right now, I'm in the gold. I'm in the gold of life right now, and I wanted to share this with you. Although I'm in a low moment, I mean, look at myself, dude. Like, I'm beat. This is just the outside of my body. The inside of my body is a different story. But, you know something? I'm just so happy and grateful that this is happening. Because this moment is shaping me. This moment is changing me. This moment is defining me. And I stood for something that, you know what? I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. And basically, there's this huge magical moment in your mind when you make a decision and you say, I'm done with this. I'm sick of this. I'm not having this in my life anymore. This is unacceptable. I take full responsibility, and it's time to make a change. Look, I'm here to do big, great things. I'm here to help a lot of people. I am. That's what I'm here to do. I don't know when and where the river of my destiny is going to take me. But you know what? I'm going to let go now. I'm done. I'm not trying to control nothing. I'm not trying to be nothing. I'm just going to give you as I am. Take it or leave it. I'm at a point where I got nothing left, basically. Not much left. And believe me, I've tried on countless occasions throughout this journey. I have a strong willingness to learn. I have a coachability. My coachability index is really high. I mean well. Look, I don't want to be saying these things out of emotion, but I am right now. And so I'm gonna do my best to change. I seek guidance. I mean, I've been putting that out there to seek a mentor. But I wanted to share this with you. This is me straight raw, right out of bed, woke up, and I didn't even meditate today because I just wanted to give this moment to you. And I want to start tracking this through this journey and show you what will manifest out of this low moment. Something very beautiful is gonna come from it. Everything is just guiding us to more of what we want. And when we get what we don't want, it's just a sign to make a change. You see, I'm learning this now. Really, inside my body, it's becoming wisdom now. It's not becoming emotion. And so now it's time to make that change. And change is coming. And yeah, it's time. It's time for things to change. So I'll leave you with this. Thank you for listening with me. Thank you for watching this. If you've watched it this far, it's a big, long one, but it's just kind of like a blog. If you want the things to change in your life, you have to change the things in your life. Please, if you're attached to your possessions, your bank account, your numbers, your friend group, your family, if they define you, you're stuck. you're stuck. This is something that I've been stuck. I've been stuck in some of these things. But you know what? I feel free now. I'm a free agent. I don't care anymore. Take it, have it, whatever you want. If you want this, have it. Take this gizmo, have it. Because I want freedom, and freedom from within. And I'm a free agent, and I want you to be too. So I captured this at a low moment and a defining moment, and things are going to change. Because you know why? I am responsible for everything that happens in my life. And what a beautiful gift that is. So thank you for listening, and have a wonderful day.